Today we are talking about a big win for women in sports and bad news for men who dress up as women to compete in women's sports. The University of Pennsylvania has officially banned men who dress up as women from participating in women's sports. Here is the announcement as reported by Fox News.
A big victory for women's sports as UPenn agrees to follow President Trump's mandate and ban transgender women from female sports teams. The Ivy League school will also revoke trans swimmer Leah Thomas of her titles, and all female athletes displaced by Thomas will be reinstated and get a written apology from the school.
This is a major and long overdue move, but we have to ask, why now? Did they suddenly realize that what they were doing was unfair to women? I don't think so. The real reason is that President Donald Trump withheld $175 million in federal funding. So now that they changed their position, that funding was restored. In other words, money talks. Let's listen to this powerful opinion of Paula Scanlon.
I'm cynical. Did they just do it for the money?
You know, that's something we have to look at, right? The University of Pennsylvania had federal funds pulled by the Trump administration. This seems to be a direct response to that. And of course, it's always follow the money. That is always the answer. And of course, you should be cynical about this. Follow the money, but that's how you get things done. And so if that was the way to get them to come to the table and bend the knee, I'd say I support the Trump administration in doing that and continue to do that. Pull funds from every university that's doing.
Also, take a look at this post by Laura Powell that really resonated with me.
Imagine believing that Title IX, passed in 1972, was designed to protect men who identify as women, rather than women and girls.
Here is the reaction by Riley Gaines, whose swimming trophy was stolen by a man dressed up as a woman, Leah Thomas.
Man, really, I'll tell you, I am so shocked that UPenn was willing to come to the table and sign this resolution agreement. As Secretary McMahon said, they will now have to, of course, fully abide by Title IX federal law. They're going to define these sex-based terms. They're going to issue personalized apologies to every single woman who was impacted by Thomas's participation on the women's team. And of course, they're going to restore records. I think the bigger question here is, would University of Pennsylvania, again, a private Ivy League institution, would they have done this had the Trump administration not been withholding federal funds, in this case, $175 million of federal funds? I can't, believe that, again, they approached this conversation in good faith, so my answer would be no. But nonetheless, this is a huge step in accountability and acting with transparency, I think, especially as it goes to the apology portion of this agreement. That's really, really huge. So I'll be anxious to see what these apologies look like. Harris, I'm waiting for mine, so we'll see.
My opinion on this move by University of Pennsylvania is that it's better late than never. I am glad that the US is finally waking up from this absurdity and returning to reality. The reality that men and women are different and that difference matters in sports. How about you? What do you think? Was this the right move by University of Pennsylvania? Or was it too little too late? Let me know in the comments below. But before you leave, please don't forget to sign up for our newsletter at alainguillot.com/newsletter. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace.